Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 8th. I am JJ Hastings, and if you watch today's 4 news segments you need to know video I just posted, in that video I mentioned I would be posting an immediate follow-up to dive a little bit more into the ceasefire and the situation this morning in Israel. So let's jump right in. While the ceasefire between the US and Iran has been celebrated in Washington and Islamabad, it has not brought peace to the rest of the region. Overnight, the Israeli military launched what it described as its largest wave of airstrikes in this conflict to date. Despite the regional truce, Prime Minister Netanyahu formally denied that the deal covered Lebanon, and the IDF immediately followed that denial with simultaneous strikes on over 100 targets across Beirut, South Lebanon, and the Bekaa Valley. The scale of displacement is staggering. In the last 30 days alone, over 1.2 million people in Lebanon, 1/5 of the entire population, have been forced to flee. This is now among the fastest growing displacement crisis in the world. According to Amnesty International and the Lebanese Ministry of Public Health, these strikes have systematically targeted civilian infrastructure, including the Kazmaya and Dalafa bridges, isolating entire communities from both food and medicine. Human rights researchers on the ground, including those from Human Rights Watch, are documenting what they describe as a buffer zone strategy, effectively reducing border villages to uninhabitable rubble to create a permanent vacuum of life in southern Lebanon. Meanwhile, in Gaza, the regional escalation of the last several weeks has pushed a documented genocide into a state of total extermination. A recent UN Commission of Inquiry report found that Israel is responsible for the commission of genocide, citing a clear intent to destroy Palestinians as a group through mass killing, starvation, and the systemic destruction of healthcare. As of this morning, 78% of all buildings in Gaza have been damaged or destroyed. For those of us tracking the human cost, the ceasefire headlines are an insult to the 69,000 Palestinians already killed, and the hundreds of thousands more currently being denied water and electricity as a weapon of war. When you hear the White House talk about regional stability today, you need to understand that this stability is built on a selective silence. The hardware being used to level neighborhoods in Beirut and Rafah is the same hardware that was supposedly stood down for the Iran deal. If we only talk about the peace that affects the oil markets and ignore the genocides being carried out with our intelligence and our funding, we aren't reporting the news. We're sanitizing it for this administration. For the average person, this means your tax dollars are still actively funding a conflict that international legal bodies have now officially designated as a crime against humanity. As always, I'm JJ Hastings, and I'll see you in the next one.